me, like, if I'm missing
Terrance,
something got in the way. Cause you know how I am with comic book stuff. Like, something
Terrance,
got in the way.
we are live. You know what that means?
Yep.
Terrance! Where y'all at? Here we go. Peanut butter jelly. Friday night with Terrance. I missed you last week. I missed us doing our lives. I was like, where?
Same.
Didn't you? Did you miss me?
Absolutely. I was like, Amanda betrayed me. You were with, was that Tessa's husband or
No. That's our friend. He's a Disney publicist, and he's getting married, but then like invited like a bunch of friends, bloggers, like, so Tessa, like people that go on those Disney trips, you know how me and Tessa have done those Disney trips with him before. So he invited like a bunch of us to like go to New Orleans and have like a bachelor party type thing, but it was Mardi Gras too. So we like there, and I'm from New Orleans, so I got to visit family first, and then do that little thing with them, and then visit more family after, and get to go to Mardi Gras again. I love Mardi Gras, so that's where I was.
Well, I mean, there was one thing that was missing. It was me. I was like, oh, so Amanda didn't give me an invitation. I'm just on the sideline.
It was exclusive invite list. It was like Studio 54. But I didn't
bring your security, Amanda. How am I supposed to protect you when I'm not around?
This is the thing. I didn't send out the invites. I was invited. I can't be invited and then invite people, you know?
But that would be an exception. If you would have told him, like, Terrance is coming, he'd be like, oh, Terrance is cool, and then he would have...
You think? We had fun, though. But still, I miss doing the show, and that's why I missed last week's episode, and then I didn't get to catch up on it, but then this week's episode came on, so I was like, I just want to watch it. So I watched this week's episode, but you didn't watch this week's episode. So I think you should do like a quick rundown of like last week's for me.
Okay.
And hey, oh wait, listen. I didn't know Perry was your brother. Perry said, "Hey, Auntie Amanda and brother Terrance."
Yep.
Look at how family's coming to visit us, Terrance.
Okay. So let me get my mind on it. Okay. So they introduced, this Jane Doe character, and this character is connected to Harvey Bullock's past.
Okay.
And it gets really sad and deep when you realize why this Jane Doe character is killing people.
Okay.
You know, and she is killing specifically individuals connected to Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl went through a lot because Hugo Strange did some experiments on her, and she wears this mask to cover up her face.
Okay.
And she's able to pretty much like transform into anyone with just a sheer touch. Like once she touches you, then she can turn into you, right? But if you were to punch her in the face or something like that, the skin would come off and you would see that that's not who that person is pretending to be, right?
Okay.
And then you have stuff going on.
Harvey must have done her wrong, huh? For her to be Harvey must have done her wrong.
It's one of those things where you see that Harvey, he made a mistake when he was younger, right? So I don't know because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't tell me.
That's essentially.
But I want to know this too, because the show kind of picked up like that Gordon was about to, or no, Penguin was about to assassinate Zaz, and Gordon saved them. Right? That's where it picked up from. How did that happen? I was like, well, how did this come about that Penguin's going to assassinate Zaz and all this?
Well, because with this one, you have a little, what they call like the jump forward. It's like the passing of time, but it's not a lot of time, but it's enough to where you see that, the Riddler is still working on that submarine.
Yeah.
He's kind of getting mad at Penguin, like, are you going to do something? Like, you know, that kind of thing. And then that connects to a familiar character from the past. You remember the guy with the glasses that was running all the errands for Penguin? Like kind of like that weasel, like kind of weaselly, kind of
Okay, yeah,
pathetic kind
yeah.
of dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He brings in that doll I told you about, the Scarface doll.
Yeah.
Like he becomes the ventriloquist.
Uh-huh.
And the Penguin's like, "Oh, you're not dead." And then, that's when you watch it, you find out how he survived, and he has this doll, and it's like the doll is like what's driving him. He's like, "Well, the doll brought me here, Mr.
Okay.
Cobblepot, and we're going to teach you a lesson because you left us behind and you mistreated us, so you get that in the episode 2 combined with what's going on with Harvey." So you have a mixture of those two things. So there's a lot of, you feel sorry and sad for these two characters. You feel bad for Harvey.
Yeah.
You feel really bad for Jane. Holy shit. And then with his assistant, you can see why he's upset and why his mind is so fragmented to where he feels this doll is how he can get through life, and the doll is controlling him and this and that.
Well,
I really like how
that makes me sad.
It's one of those episodes where you're like, there's not, when I say there's nothing good, I don't mean like the episode's not good. I mean, it's like there's nothing really you could point to and go, oh, that worked out. It's more of like, well, damn, there's a lot of, well, damn, like, shoot, I know it's supposed to be a certain way because it's Gotham, but it's like, who exactly do you cheer for in these moments? Like, cause it has to be based off of how much you care about the character.
Yeah.
So you're like, want anything to happen to Harvey, and then you kind of know that it won't be, but you're just like, what are these in between bits of information that makes her do this? Like, what did Harvey do? Cause we know
Harvey, but also if that doctor would ever gotten her head on top of it.
That's right. And that's another thing. You're like, okay, what? And it's not just Harvey.
Yeah.
It's actually other, cops or what so have you.
Oh, so she was going after
like,
them all.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so what did Harvey and these other cops do in combination of what Hugo did to her?
Yeah.
And how much of that is, how much of it is she making this up?
Or he
is
put
the whole
head
made up, or is there just a small piece? Like, what is the truth?
Yeah.
Because
well, what happened? So, what happened last week with Gordon and Lee? Because did they kiss?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay, there are some scenes with him and Barbara
that
kind of tie all that together.
I'm gonna tell you, this week though, it was like all Gordon and Lee, Gordon and Lee. And like this, that's what it started off. Cause, well, finish telling me that. So last week, they reconnected.
Right. It's you had more of like, Jim kind of still talking to Barbara and Barbara trying to see what's what, like it seemed like both of them can't really make up their mind, but
she's carrying his baby.
They feel better about each other.
And she's carrying his baby. She's carrying his baby. So he's trying to.
Right, but honestly, that's more so in the background. Like, really, the main focus of this particular episode is what's going on with Harvey Bullock in connection to Jane Doe and Oswald's assistant returning and not being very happy with Oswald with the new persona. That's really the entire episode.
Well, how though did Zaz get captured and in that situation that they're going to assassinate him?
Wait, you mean, like when let me try to pinpoint, cause, you're talking about like after when he was in the building and then the cops got him? Is that what you mean, like after that?
I thought it was like when they showed, like, how this week they were like, oh, from they showed what happened last episode or whatever. And they showed, I don't remember, Zaz being almost assassinated by Penguin. And Gordon rescued him.
Because what I know exactly what you're talking about now. You're thinking of the episode we already discussed. Cause remember,
that's from that. So they're just showing it to show that Gordon basically saved Zaz. That's probably why they're showing it.
Right, because remember, remember Gordon was like, "Are you gonna shoot me, and this and that?"
Oh yeah. Because because this one started out like Zaz done gone. So they're like, Gordon and all the police they're in the police thing, and all of a sudden, Gordon gets shot. Don't know where it comes from. He gets shot. They was rushing him. They had to rush him like critically. And you find out it was Zaz.
Right.
And they're like, why you shot him? Like he saved you, blah, blah, blah. But he was like hired or something by someone else. And that's why he shot him. But a lot of the episode was like, they called it the trial of Jim Gordon. He was like, right? So they called it the trial of Jim Gordon because he's like in this coma state. And he's having all these like visions and stuff that he's like on trial. But he's like almost dying is what it is. He's like almost dying.
So is he actually, like on trial as in he has to, be criticized by a bunch of people or just
like in his unconscious state? Yeah. Like in his unconscious, he's seeing hey Evans, did you watch it? So look, he's like the trial and then he's in this unconscious state. Well, in real life, he's shot and guess who's working on him? Lee. So Lee is trying to save him. And then she's even getting, cause she's all like, oh, Jim, and she's like scared cause she like, I think, they kissed, you said in the one last episode, but they, this one I think made that emotional again because he's almost dying. She's trying to save him, right? And, you don't want to know the end?
Not, try to stay away from the end, but anything else. Like
I want to tell you! You don't want me to tell you?
No, not the very end, because at least with that, I still have that surprise,
Don't tell them the very end. Don't. But I liked it.
It sets up, so it does a good job with setting up the next
I was just happy at the end, Terrance. That's what I'm going to say. I was just very happy at the end.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Wait, Evans is saying something. Terrance, why they don't cast you as Deadshot? You're better than Smith. You don't like the new guy who they cast for it? What's his name? Elba. What's his name? Eldris. I was like, when they first got rid of Will, I was like, what? Cause I liked Will in it. Like he was one of the very few I liked in Suicide Squad, right?
Right. Yeah, Idris Elba's a great actor.
But when they said, okay, we got rid of Will, okay, I was like, what? And then they said him, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's all right.
Yeah, that's if you gotta replace him, that's a good one to do it.
Yeah. I was all right.
Even though I'm just a tad bit bummed out, it got overshadowed by Joy because of who they casted. So.
And then someone sent me all these crazy, I know, now you got me talking about Suicide Squad. We're supposed to be talking about Gotham. But then I saw that they bringing in some rat guy. Did you see this?
Wait, so a rat guy in Gotham?
No, in Suicide Squad. Now you got me talking about Suicide Squad.
Wait, I'm trying to refocus my mind. So the rat, you said it's a rat guy?
Some kind of rat guy in Suicide Squad that's in DC. What is there, a rat?
Wait, okay, what does he look like? Cause maybe I can pinpoint who you're talking about.
What is his name? I know I just saw it over here. I'm on my phone looking cause someone sent it to me. Someone sent it to me on, Instagram.
Okay.
What they said. And I was like, what? I was like, no. Rat catcher? The rat catcher? Controls the rats.
That's the character's name, the rat catcher?
Yeah. Evans.
I can't say I know who that is.
I didn't know. I was like, I was like, are you serious? Maybe they were messing with me because I was like, the rat catcher. Are you serious? That sounds like the dumbest thing ever.
I'm like, who? That rings no bells. Speaking of not ringing bells, the Jane Doe character. Her name is Jane Cartwright, right? And I was like, I didn't know her character. I'm like, cause with Batman, I'm like, with every villain that they've shown, I know exactly who they are, and I can tell
Mm-hmm.
you everything almost about them. With her, I was like, who this? Who Jane? Like, I had to look her up real quick, and I was like, nope, nothing popped up. I was like, as
Really?
far as I was concerned, she was new to me. So that was the first time that happened on Gotham.
Did
The
you
show was
Google
something that
her?
I
Did you
picked up.
find her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her character in the comics, actually, I can't go into that without spoilers though.
I don't care about no spoilers, Terrance. I done seen this episode. I'm ahead of it. So anything that already happened isn't really a spoiler,
But
Like, just tell me. Go
right,
ahead.
no, I'm just trying to respect your viewing experience, because
I know.
with that, even though you're ahead, like there's things with Harvey and Jane to where you would have to see it to find out.
You want me to
Like,
experience it. You want me to experience it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's better that you see
Mm-hmm.
it, because it's either gonna make you hate or like certain characters more.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. So, but in the terms of Jane, for the difference between the show and the comic book character, it's just minor. It's not too extreme.
Okay. And she must
For
have
the
been a
most,
very small, like, comic character anyway, right?
yeah. That's why I was like, who the hell is Jane Cartwright?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, am I missing something?
But now you want to read about her, don't you?
Yeah, I'm like, cause like from what I saw of her, and then when I looked her up real quick, I was like, I like what they did with her in the show. She's interesting, but
Uh-huh.
I don't really have a urge to see her again. I felt like it was good for that, and then I'm good with that. That's how I am.
Wait, this was episode 9. So there's only 3 more?
Right, yeah. Yeah, cause 10, 11, 12. So that means that next
the
week,
way they ended this week makes you think like things are really starting to pick up. Like things are moving fast. The way they ended this week, I'm like, oh yeah, things are moving fast. It's really
isn't, because Bane is supposed to be in the next one, right? Because after the trial of Jim Gordon, if try to pull it up on your phone if you can, like, because I think the next one is titled "I Am Bane," if I remember
But Bane
correctly.
was in this. Bane was in this one. He was with
Poison.
He was with Poison Ivy, wasn't he?
And the one that I missed this week.
Yeah, I think he was with Poison Ivy. He came in with Poison Ivy. Because
shit.
Poison Ivy's in this one. You want me to tell you about her?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of her in the preview. So yeah,
because
you can go.
She was the one that got zazzed to try to kill Gordon.
Ah, yeah. Okay, that's making a whole lot more sense.
But why? Why do you think she wants Gordon dead so much?
Well, in terms of Gordon, I know that she knows that Gordon is connected to Selena and Bruce. So it could be just this whole vengeance thing, like, I'm gonna hurt Bruce, I'm gonna hurt Jim.
Yeah.
Like, anyone and everyone that I've ever talked to, and in hopes of, if her goal is to hurt Selena, that's a way to do it. But if her goal is to also remove threats so she can do the rest of her plan, if you take out Jim and Bruce, like, you pretty much good. You can, there's other threats, but those are the main ones that tend to get in the way of the bad guys. Usually with the bad guys, they don't step on each other's toes unless the other one gets in the way.
Yeah.
Right? So.
I see it. I want to tell you the end. I'm not going to. They did show, I'm trying to think, because they showed like Selena and Bruce a little bit.
Okay. What was it, like a dialogue scene or?
But like, that's what I'm trying to think. See, look, I done already forgot about it. You know why? Because I have Cobra Kai stuck in my head. That's what I'm all about. But I'm trying to think. I think it was like that's where Bane came in for like a minute. I thought it was like Selena saw him or something. Did you see this?
When you say that Bane came in, was it a fight or did he talk?
Oh, just
what was happening?
Like just talked, no fight.
Oh, okay. Do you think the next episode, the whole I Am Bane? Did it look like that he was going to be fighting, or what did it seem like he would be doing?
I didn't even watch the things for the next.
Okay.
I didn't watch that. Well, I did see a little part. Well, because I remember they talked about the river and it being poisoned and they're running out of like a water supply. So the next one is coming up. It said, I watched a little bit of it, but then I cut it off. What?
That's no, because you said that it triggered a memory, which is what I was going to talk about too. The chemicals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It does play a factor in the episode that you didn't watch.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like it's a little bit in there because remember how I said the focus point is Harvey and the chick and then the ventriloquist, but some of that is in there. It's like it's just more of like setting up like, okay, you see how this is. It's going to be much worse later, whether they show it to us or not. That's just one of those
things. And then
they
talk about it all through the episode, except that's why I said that end thing. They're like, oh, we're running out of water supply. That's why I said this episode was focused on that whole Jim Gordon, trial of Jim Gordon. And that's why I think that they're trying to move things so fast because it feels like he won't be in much as far as his personal type life or his inner demons. It feels like, right, if it's Harvey, it was like that episode was based on Harvey and they're wrapping up his character, kinda. He'll still be in it, but they're wrapping it up. This episode, it felt like they were concentrating on Gordon and they're wrapped up his character. You know what I mean?
Okay. See, with all that you just said, it makes sense now that you would feel that way because with the Harvey character, it does like wrap up some stuff with why he feels the way that he does.
Yeah.
And then how you said with Gordon, that's making a whole lot of sense. I can see what they're doing
because
now.
The way it ended, Terrance, because you're going to watch it right after this, the way it ended, I want you to come back and comment and tell me what you think.
Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I will definitely do that.
Come back on this video. Come back on this video and tell me what you think of that ending because, I want to tell you, I was like, I loved it. I liked how they ended this episode. It was nice.
Because, because I know I have to watch this Gotham and then I also have to watch episode 4 of Doom Patrol. Like, that show is awesome.
Is it? I still haven't. I bought YouTube I'm on the free trial to watch Cobra Kai, but I was like, I kind of want to keep it. And then I'm like, but I still haven't gotten the DC service, the DC streaming service.
Now, I think you would because, but in terms of the DC shows,
it seems like that would be a better use of my money because I'm like, well, what else is on YouTube that I want to watch?
Right.
See,
because I feel like, because I think that Titans and Doom Patrol, they're good. Mm-hmm. But see, with Doom Patrol, I feel like you would probably like that one more because you like Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol has a lot of just bizarre.
They're being smart about it, though.
Like, what the hell is going on? Because that's how the comics are. And one of my favorite comics with Doom Patrol is when they team up with the Suicide Squad. Like, that was awesome. Like, I was like, whoa. And they were fighting each other. So you got these off-the-wall characters like, nah, screw you, no, screw you. I'm here on a mission. Well, I'm here on a mission, too. And it just gets really bizarre.
This is funny, Evans. Me and Terrance were like a half an hour late to the show because we sat on Skype for a half an hour and talked about Captain Marvel. And me and Terrance are much on agreement. We're much on agreement. And Evans came to my show, he was there Wednesday night on my stream. And so he knows how I feel about it. So what did he say? I know this is off topic. I'm really sorry, but I have to ask. Don't be sorry because I know you were sitting there thinking, I want to hear what Terrance has to think. What do you think of all the hate Brie and Captain Marvel is getting?
What do you mean all the hate? Okay, look. First of all,
Hollywood is rotten if you ask me.
First of all, to me, there's a difference between hate and critiquing. They completely removed the audience score from Rotten Tomatoes. What other movie had they done that for?
Did they really?
So you mean to tell me because you have a female-led movie in the MCU that they gonna remove the audience score, Amanda?
I want to go look. Really?
Yes.
They did not.
Look, Amanda, let me tell you what happened before they took it down.
Let me go look. I want to go look.
There were over 55,000 humans that were, writing their review for Captain Marvel. This is fans. We're not talking about professional critics, right? Men, women, whatever. And people are just like, they either said, it was all right, or it was terrible. And then the great almighty Bob Iger of Disney, the crown jewel of the entire world, came in like, oh, they talking smack about Captain Marvel, huh? Hey, Rotten Tomatoes, remove that real quick. But sir, we can't do that. That's not what our platform is about.
I don't see where they.
I don't hear me say my name is Bob Iger. I run Disney. You gonna do what I say before I ruin your life.
There it has. It has audience score. It has audience score.
They put it back.
Yeah,
they just put it back then.
It says it has audience score 34% liked it.
Okay, but Amanda, they had it down all day. Like at first they took it down because it was so negative. So I guess they put it back because of the backlash. They got slick. I know what they did, Amanda. They trying to play us. They trying to play us. It's okay.
Maybe it was a glitch.
Everybody was talking about it. Man, I'm telling
you,
it
was a glitch.
They was playing us, Amanda. They was like, you ain't gonna say nothing.
But that's what I'm saying
about Captain Marvel unless it's positive. We gonna take this down real quick, and then we'll put it back if you change your mind. And look, as you can see, people are not playing about this movie, and these are women too.
Yeah,
you're a woman, Amanda, and you're being fair. Like, nah, I wasn't all that. That's not.
But wait, Terrance or Evan said, wait. I'm talking about the comments everybody's making. Ooh, she hates white males. I'm going to boycott this movie. I don't want to curse. Well, that was going on before even the movie came out, though, Evans.
Okay, well, in terms of that, okay, Brie Larson, I'm going to say it now, like, while I enjoyed her in the Captain Marvel movie, even though her movie wasn't all that special, in real life, Brie Larson, the person, is, she's a fucking idiot. I'm going to be honest. She doesn't know how to communicate. Like, I'm surprised Kevin Feige, he didn't just get a leash. Like, Brie, shut up! You're messing up. You're messing up the campaign. Be quiet. Stop it. Talk properly. What do you mean? I'm white. Stan Lee is white. Like, what are you talking about?
You're in and many friends I have heard didn't get offended. We don't care. That's all. No, I didn't care. Remember, I had this whole string about it, Evans. I was she ain't wrong. What she said ain't wrong, but she totally said it in the wrong way. That made,
it's okay to want diversity, but something about Brie Larson seems very fake, Amanda. See, for me, when I talk to you, Amanda, I feel like you're real and honest. Brie Larson seems mighty fake. And she says the wrong things. I'm like, Brie, stop it. You and everybody know why there's backlash. Don't play dumb. What you mean?
And I agree about her making bad communication, wrong choices, her PR side, terrible.
Oh, God.
I was even reading a story about her that after Stan Lee died, she went on her Instagram and tried to make a post in memory, and it was so bad that people were getting mad and she took it down. But it was I guess it was inappropriate. I didn't even look what it was. But I'm well, that just tells you she doesn't make good choices, but I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's just kind of dumb in that area.
See, I'm first on what I said, man. I don't hate her. I just think she's ignorant and she's silly. It's the dumbest things. It's maybe you should stop talking. I don't care about how you try to elevate yourself over other people and paint yourself as this all kinds of savior and diversity and all this kind of stuff. Where she posted up a picture.
Don't worry about that. Don't remove your comments. This right here, we don't get mad over here, right? We don't get mad on my channel. No. We talk things out. There ain't nothing too sensitive. We can talk. I don't delete comments. No, Evans, don't worry about that.
No. Over here, Evans, me and Amanda, we cool. We don't be doing it like that. There's no reason to get mad. But it's
I can be all right, yeah. But Evans, I didn't think it, when she said that, I was just oh, that was just dumb. But I didn't get mad about it. I wasn't that was so wrong. And I don't think Terrance got mad about it. You were just she's dumb, right?
What? I'm I was more What did this female say? You gonna play? Okay. See, even though I'm black, like I have white friends that are males. I'm like, you're not gonna do it like that, Bree. You're gonna shut your damn mouth. I'm gonna watch me some Captain Marvel, but if I see you in real life, I'll be like, yeah, Bree. So what were you saying about the white man? I just wanted diversity. Well, you didn't say that. Why didn't you phrase it like that? I'm like, no, back away, Bree.
But Terrance,
destroy you.
Can you agree though? Like, all right, look at the Rotten Tomatoes, 34%. Me and you talked about it. You gave it a 6 out of 10, which is like a 60%. I gave it like what, 7.5, like 7. I would have gave it like a 70%, right? 75%, right? You know that 34% didn't hate it that bad. They just hate her. You know those ones really low. They was mad about a comment and just went and.
From what I was thinking, what's going on with my?
You all right here still?
Am I?
Yeah, you're all right on my side. I still see you.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, it just seemed like something was off. But no, from what I was reading, they were talking about the movie. See, because people's opinion about Brie is there, but they still watch the movie like, okay, let's judge the movie. And a lot of that will be misconstrued like, okay, well, they're just saying that because they hate her. But I'm like, but they're talking about the movie, how they don't like that they ruined the scrolls and this and that. Like, there's a lot of those.
No, we can't give spoilers. We can't give spoilers because it just came out today, so we can't like talk about that yet. But I am gonna go next week and have like a spoiler conversation about Captain Marvel that we need to have. All right, I'm gonna be there next week when we can. But I don't like to talk. I don't like to give spoilers like until after. I give people the weekend. They all got the weekend to watch the movie. Then I'll talk about some spoilers. But you know how you felt. You're like, don't wait. I still want to see that for this episode of Gotham. You're like, wait, no, don't tell me. Right. I don't want to know that. I still want to be surprised.
Because to me, it's like it's nothing like that ending. Like once you know the ending, then it's like it sort of takes away because I know it's gonna get to that. That's why I'm like. The ending, I gotta at least have that, you know.
Yeah.
See, with Captain Marvel,
Perry,
like I don't hate the movie. I just hate certain things in the movie, if that makes sense.
I mean, I told you, I fell asleep. I was bored. That I told you when there wasn't an action scene, when there wasn't like Nick Fury, someone else with Brie in the scene, like I was just bored. I was just like, I fell asleep. But then
now see that right. I like you right.
But then the second half, I was like, ooh, I was into it the second half. So I enjoyed the second half. I enjoyed the action and all that kind of stuff. It was just and I think too, I didn't connect with her as a character as Captain Marvel. I didn't. She wasn't like likable for me. I think it wasn't her acting or anything like that.
Came off like Mary Sue. She was too perfect. She was like, I can't go into spoilers, but she knew how to do everything, Amanda, for no reason. Like I'm Carol Danvers. Look at me. I didn't fallen down my whole life. I could do anything in the world.
Someone did point out, and this is a huge Captain America fan, and I'm not a Captain America fan. Like Captain America gets on my nerves, but they point out, they're like, you don't like her. Because she reminds you of Captain America. I was like, that could be true.
How?
Because she said Captain America like goody and like does everything right and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, you know?
Hold on. They comparing her to my boy.
No. You like Captain America? No. I don't like Captain America.
I do like him, but it's just Captain America. I can't go into spoilers, but it's just.
Oh wait! Whoa! Oh, me and Terrance was talking about this, Evans. This exact thing. Oh, do you see what Evans said? Gal Gadot literally said, "You're not a feminist. You're a sexist." But there wasn't any backlash against her. Can you explain that? Like me and Terrance was talking about this because I didn't get the feminist part of this film either. I was like, where's the feminist part? I you know what? When I left Wonder Woman, what did I tell you, Terrance? When I left Wonder Woman, I was like, oh, that was awesome. Those Amazonie, when they were fighting the Amazon ladies, I was like, girl power. And this one, I was like, where's?
And then what did I tell you after you told me that? I was like, I was pretty much an Amazon myself. I'm the first man on Themyscira. I was just rocking the sword and everything. I had my little shield, like I was on it.
But on this one, I was like, and I said it to Terrance, I was like, I didn't see the girl power. And then I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, but when like all the men knocked her down, like when she fell, and the men was like laughing at her and stood up. And the whole cockpit, you're not good, you don't have a cockpit. Blah, blah. I was, well, that's not like girl power. That's more like you brainwashing little girls to think that all men are bad and they just want to use you and you can rise above them. I'm like, why do you need to rise above anybody? How do you even know that they're bad? I agree.
I can't go into spoilers, but it seemed like for a cool minute Captain Marvel was wrong. Like, Amanda, you know what I'm talking about. Like, she was, anyway.
Yeah, and then Cheadle, and they are more politically involved than Brie, and why don't they get a hate as she does?
First of all, like, they haven't said anything stupid like Brie Larson. What did they say? Nothing wrong. Brie Larson talking about, yeah, you know, I don't care about the opinions of these white men. They're only white men at the press. You know what? We need more colored people. We need to hear everyone's opinion. I don't want to talk about Captain Marvel. I'm going to talk about myself and not promote the character because I'm almighty Brie Larson as Carol Danvers. I'm like, you know what, Brie? How about you silence yourself for a minute and let us focus on the fact that we have Avengers Endgame coming up, and I hope that you get beat up by Thanos. I hope you do. I hope it happens. I will cheer so loud, Amanda. You will hear me. Like, if you are awake or sleeping, Amanda, you're going to hear me cheering. Like, what happened?
Because you know what? I know. No, Terrance, you know what I said. I think the whole movie was bad direction. I think her character can be awesome. And I think in the Russo's hands, Terrance, in the Russo's hands, I think they could make it great. I think they can make the character great. I have that hope. I was like, because I really blame a lot of this movie on the script and direction. Because I do.
Right. To be fair though, some of the blame is on the actors, including Brie. They get some of it because they're part of the equation. Because if you've ever seen a bad movie and say you got a talented actor or actress,
but I don't think she's not talented. Like, she's proven herself to be talented.
But I mean in the sense that even though you have seen stuff from other, like, you know, performances, it's like in this particular movie, you can walk away going, you know what? That wasn't that good, but this person killed it. Like, if they would have better material, they would have been even greater, but you don't really have that kind of vibe. So some of that is on the actors because it's up to you to do the best that you can with whatever you got, even if it is bad. So that would call on your talent as an actor or an actress.
And she's never been in a role like this. I mean, she's never been in a superhero role. But two, sometimes people do need to give, especially she's never been in a role like this, someone guidance. So that's
sometimes they pick a different actress like Emily Blunt.
Under the Russo's hands, I'm just saying, under the Russo's hands and direction, I think they can bring it out of her.
I agree with you, but see, here's the thing though. If that does happen, which is very, very likely, right?
Look what Evan said.
But if that does happen, then what if the Russo brothers don't have the character? Does that mean she's going to go back to that shit that we just saw, or what happened? What?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they have plans for Captain Marvel 2. Do they? I don't think they have plans for Captain Marvel 2.
I swear to God. I'm like, why don't you want to be like Alita? What about Wonder Woman? Like, how about all the side characters of Wonder Woman? You know, all her crew and everything. They were so cool. What happened to that? Why don't you want to be like her?
But you even said though, like, this movie was like it wasn't the worst for me. Like, it wasn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It wasn't like, you know, I don't like Thor Dark World and whatever. It wasn't that low for me. It was like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man, like caliber for me.
Amanda, Amanda, I prefer Guardians 2 over some Captain Marvel.
Really?
Yes, because I'll tell you this.
I fell asleep in Guardians 2 also. I fell asleep in Guardians 2.
Right, but I feel like for the most part, I agree with you, but hear me out on this. Because with Guardians 2, there are certain moments in the movie that I felt were way more epic than what I saw in Captain Marvel. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has certain moments in it to where I didn't get those kinds of moments in Captain Marvel. Like I just didn't.
What comment did James Woods make? I don't know what.
Wait. What happened with James Woods?
Oh, what did Evan say? I'm sorry. He said in the comment James Woods made. I don't know about that. I don't know what comment you're talking about.
Like the actor James Wood, or like somebody on the chat named James Wood?
No, like there ain't nobody in the chat named James Woods. I don't think.
Okay, so they're talking about the actor James Wood.
He must have made some comments about something.
What we don't know what he said, or what?
I'll wait for what Evan says. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was that to go with, because he was saying like I think Evans is saying that he thinks though if the same kind of comments were made by men, to say like if the roles were reversed, if the same kind of stuff was said by men that Bree said, he thinks people wouldn't get as upset that they're
no. See, let me tell you this: if a man were to do 2% of what Brie Larson did, his career would be over. Amanda, you can't get away with that. They just came after Michael Jackson and he's dead. Like
he said, James Wood said, boycott Captain Marvel and go see Alita instead. I didn't know he said that.
Hey, you on to something. But Amanda, how often do you hear about women in Hollywood getting in trouble versus the men? Think about it. And how over an allegation, no proof, this man, his career and his life is over. Brie Larson is out here saying questionable shit and sexist and stuff and all that stuff, and she's fine. Nothing happens. No, Kevin Feige not talking about firing her or none of that. She is fine. Let Don Cheadle.
Well, that's what he said. Don Cheadle.
Watch fast.
But that's what he said. Like Don Cheadle's like he's very political, but he didn't make like he didn't. He
didn't know. Don't talk. No, see, Don Cheadle is smart.
He's smarter. I think he went about smarter. I don't think she went about it smart. I think if like Gal Gadot or whatever would have come out with like an intelligent thing to be like diversity and blah blah blah, I don't think they would have had a problem. Like if she would have.
Because Gadot is like she's a real woman. She don't be coming off as fake like Brie. Like Brie, when she says stuff, you don't believe her. Like and then she props herself up so high. It's like
you don't like Brie.
Smack her. It's like Brie.
You know I met Brie.
Like,
She was nice when I met her.
You know why, Amanda? Because you're cool. She probably changed her tune. She probably was like, Amanda's around. I'm gonna be fake. Amanda, as soon as you left, she started showing the real Brie Larson.
And I told you, and Samuel L. Jackson thought I was crazy. Like he was like, this girl.
Sam Jackson was just messing with you, though. He seemed like a nice guy.
He was like, because I told you that story, and I did it in my video when I went to the Captain Marvel set. How because Brie Larson was like allergic to animals, and they had to spray her off, and she came over and she was like, "Oh, I gotta get this all the time. This is why I can't have pets. I'm allergic to animals." And Samuel L. Jackson was like, "Oh, I'm just too busy to have pets." And I was like, "Not even a snake, Samuel!"
That is a cool Samuel Jackson response, because you ain't gonna question it. Like, hey, I don't got time for pets. I'm Samuel Jackson. Like, you disrespect that. Like, all right, Sam.
But then the first time I said it, I know he tried to ignore me. He tried to just go on like, I ain't just not gonna acknowledge it. So you know why I said it louder? I was like, "Not even a snake, Samuel!" And he was like, this girl, she ain't gonna shut up. She gonna be yelling it again if I don't.
He probably He probably went to the security. He was like, "Hey, we got this crazy white lady over here. You got to remove her from the set."
But he did. I'm telling you, for me, Captain Marvel was made because of him, because of the cat. I love the cat because I love Coulson in it. Like I loved Annette Bening. I mean, she was cool. She wasn't like, I thought she was good in it. I was hoping I would love Jude Law more in it, and I really didn't.
You know what? I completely feel you on that one. I really do, because Jude Law is awesome. His talent was not utilized at all in that movie.
Awesome, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like with the other thing. I'm like, I blame the script and direction too. Like, this could have been so much better with the money Disney has, with the resources they have. They could have made this movie amazing.
Here's something that's going to trigger the Marvel lovers. Yeah, that's right. DC did it better. Wonder Woman did it better. How about that? Yeah, they ain't going to like that. Because they're going to be like,
I think they're great.
That's not true.
Wonder Woman.
Amazing.
Like, I had my problems with Wonder Woman. I thought it dragged too long. I was like, I think they could have did a little editing and chopped up the end. I was like, this is long, and I'm just, I think that was like my only complaint with Wonder Woman. But overall, and as far as they wanted a girl power movie, Wonder Woman.
We can't deny that Wonder Woman stomps all over Captain Marvel. That cannot be debated. It just can't. It just can't.
I agree. Oh yeah, I agree. What did Evan?
I know we're hoping they're like, we gonna do it again. DC, your little Wonder Woman movie don't mean nothing. Captain Marvel, girl power. I'm like, I don't know if the girls just as much as you may be thinking. Girl power, yeah, binary.
Binary. You did not say binary. You did not say binary.
Amanda, who's gonna remember Captain Marvel's theme? She don't have one, but everybody remembers Wonder Woman's theme because it was awesome. What's going on with Captain Marvel? What she got?
I'm trying to figure out what Evans is double daring me about. What did he say? Because they're a minority. They're jealous because sometimes they're better than men at making movies. Look at James Cameron with Catherine Bigelow. White male power man in Hollywood.
What?
I dare do you, Amanda. I double dare you. What are you double daring me for, Evans? Oh, and now he's leaving. Bye, Evans. You come up here and confuse us, and then you just go like, oh, well, I gotta go. It's 7 o'clock. I gotta go too. All right, I gotta go, y'all. But, yeah, we're gonna be back next week, and we're both gonna have watched it all next week, right? We're both gonna have watched it. Gotham.
So that means that we're both one behind, but I'll be caught up within like an hour, and then, same thing.
What you think about that ending? And I'll comment and tell you what I thought when I catch up on mine. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming. Bye.